You are not tired. You are uninspired. Let that sink in. Your energy isn't gone. It's buried beneath layers of distraction, doubt, and delay. You've been telling yourself you're too exhausted, too overwhelmed, too stuck. But the truth is, you're waiting for motivation to show up like a guest that's always late. Stop waiting. Get up. Stand in front of the mirror and own this fact. You are responsible for your momentum. No one is coming to rescue you. No magic switch flips your brain into beast mode. You create that mode by showing up again and again, especially when it's hard, especially when you don't feel like it. You say you're mentally drained. Fine. Then unplug from what's draining you. Scroll less. Sleep better. Eat real food. Stop negotiating with your excuses like they pay your bills. You know what helps? Action. Imperfect, uncomfortable, inconvenient action. Discipline beats motivation. Every single time. You don't need another TED Talk, another productivity hack, another how-to reel. What you need is to do the thing, even when your mind screams no, especially then. Yes, life gets messy. Yes, you're juggling responsibilities, stress, and the pressure to be on 24/7. But chaos isn't an excuse, it's your training ground. Rise in the middle of the mess. Build power in the noise. You don't need silence to focus. You need commitment. Energy is not found, it's built. You build it when you show up and honor your commitments, even in small ways. You build it when you stop breaking promises to yourself. You build it when you move your body, fuel your mind, and feed your soul with something other than fear. You're not broken. You are not weak. You're simply untrained in the art of persistence. So start training. From this moment forward, I want you to take full ownership of your story. You're not the victim of your mood or your past. You are the architect of your future. Act like it. Now take a breath and take the first step. Momentum begins with one movement. You don't get to complain about low energy if you treat your body like a dumpster and your time like it's worthless. Harsh? Maybe. True? Absolutely. Energy is not a mystery. It's a system, a formula. And if you're constantly running on fumes, then it's time to audit the inputs. What are you feeding your brain? What are you feeding your body? What are you feeding your purpose? Stop pretending you don't know why you feel tired all the time. You do. Deep down, you know scrolling until 2 a.m. is wrecking your focus. You know skipping meals or eating junk makes your brain sluggish. You know that cluttered spaces create cluttered thoughts, so stop acting surprised when your motivation disappears. You're not broken, you're misaligned. You want more energy? Then earn it through discipline, through systems, through daily rituals that support the future. You, not sabotage it. Go to bed when you said you would. Wake up when you promised yourself you would. Move your body, hydrate, fuel yourself like you actually give a damn about your goals. Because until you do that, nothing will change. No planner, no podcast, no pill can replace personal accountability. And here's the truth. Nobody wants to say out loud, you don't need more time. You need more intensity in the time you already have. You can do more in 30 focused minutes than in 3 distracted hours. So stop giving your prime hours to things that drain you, numb you, or delay you. Your habits are either adding to your energy or stealing from it. There is no neutral. And remember this, the way you manage your energy is a reflection of your respect for your own life. Do you really respect yourself? Then act like it. Build routines that energize you. Guard your mornings like your future depends on them. Because it does. If your phone is the first thing you touch when you wake up, you're not in control. You're reacting, not creating. Stop reacting. Start creating. You don't need to do everything, but you do need to do what matters. And you need to do it daily. Energy isn't a gift for the lucky. It's the reward for those who show up, shut out the noise, and choose purpose over comfort. Decide. Today. right now, that you're done negotiating with mediocrity, that you're done blaming your fatigue on everything except your own decisions. Because when you change your inputs, you change your life. Let's move. Motivation is a myth. Master momentum instead. Stop chasing motivation like it's some golden ticket. It isn't. Motivation is unreliable, unstable, and frankly, overrated. Some days it shows up, most days it doesn't, and that's not a problem unless you make it one. The problem isn't your lack of motivation. The problem is your addiction to feeling ready. You're waiting to feel like it before you act. But growth doesn't care how you feel. Results don't care about your mood. Progress doesn't wait for your enthusiasm. You don't need motivation. You need momentum. And momentum starts with doing, not feeling. You take the action, you do the reps, you make the call, you write the post, you clean the desk, you move, even when it feels like crawling. Especially then. That's how you flip the switch. That's how the fog lifts. That's how clarity arrives, through motion, not through mental debates. Let me tell you something hard, but necessary. Every day you skip your goals because you're not feeling it. You reinforce weakness. And every day you show up, you build strength. Discipline sharpens your edge. And in the end, that's what separates the committed from the average. You want to feel more motivated? Then stack wins. Small ones. Daily ones. Write one paragraph, drink one more glass of water, stretch for 10 minutes, turn off one distraction. The wins don't have to be huge, they just have to be real. Because momentum feeds on motion. And motion creates confidence. Think about it. When's the last time you felt proud of yourself after avoiding your responsibilities? Never. Pride comes after the pain. Power comes after the push. The energy comes after the effort, always. So, no more waiting, no more searching for the perfect playlist, or the perfect mood, or the perfect moment. You create the moment by acting, and that action becomes the fuel. Momentum isn't a miracle, it's a muscle. You build it, and once you do, here's the secret. You don't need to feel unstoppable to be unstoppable. You just need to keep going. The train doesn't start at full speed, but it gets there, one push at a time. Push now. The momentum is yours to create. You say you want clarity. You say you want focus. But your life is loud, your world is chaotic, and your attention is bleeding out from 1,000 tiny cuts, notifications, gossip, junk content, shiny distractions. Let's get brutally honest, you can't build an extraordinary life in a distracted state. You can't tap into your potential if you're drowning in mental clutter. You want focus, then kill the noise. Silence your phone. Close the extra tabs. Say no to things that don't move the needle. The truth is, you're not too busy, you're just too distracted. And distraction is the enemy of every breakthrough you're hoping for. Here's the cost of a scattered mind: delayed dreams, missed opportunities, diminished energy. You start things but don't finish. You plan but don't execute. You consume but don't create. You want more, but your habits are stealing your edge. So protect your focus like it's sacred, because it is. Wake up and own your first hour. It sets the tone. Don't let the world hijack your mindset before you've even decided who you are today. Mornings are your fortress. Guard them. No email, no social feed. Just you, your goals, and your next right move. And during the day, train your mind to go deep, not wide, not reactive. Deep. Do one thing with full presence. That's how you reclaim control. That's how you do meaningful work, not multitasking, not context switching, not chasing dopamine. One task, one focus, one mission at a time. And listen, this isn't about being perfect. You will slip. You will get pulled into the noise again. But every time you return to stillness, every time you shut out the chaos and lock in, you strengthen your focus muscle. You build mental toughness. You don't need more hours. You need more intention in the hours you have. So cut the noise, cancel the unnecessary, choose stillness, choose depth. That's where real work gets done. That's where real confidence grows. That's where your energy is preserved and your purpose gets built, brick by brick. Want clarity? Then earn it. With silence, with structure, with sacrifice. You've given enough of your time to distractions. Now give it to your future. You want mental clarity? Start with physical movement. Period. You can't think your way out of a slump. You move your way out. You sweat your way out. You fight your way out. You fight your way out through physical action, not by sitting and spiraling in your thoughts. Your body is your foundation. If you neglect it, you weaken your entire system. And I'm not talking about chasing aesthetics or six-pack goals. I'm talking about energy, resilience, and fire in your bloodstream. I'm talking about commanding your brain to wake up through the power of movement. Walk, run, lift, stretch. Breathe deeply and move intentionally. Every day, not when it's convenient, when it's necessary. Because movement isn't optional when you're building an elite life. It's non-negotiable. Some days you'll feel too tired to move. That's exactly when you move. Some days your body will resist. That's exactly when you push. Not recklessly, but relentlessly. Understand this. Your physical state influences your emotional state. Slouch and you feel small. Stand tall and your brain receives a signal, I'm ready, I'm capable, let's go. You can literally walk your way into a better mood. You can sweat your way into clarity. This is science. This is strategy. This is power. Stop treating your body like a machine you can ignore until it breaks. Train it like a weapon. Care for it like a temple. And use it like a tool that fuels every other part of your life. And if you think you're too busy to move, let's be clear. You're not busy, you're undisciplined. You're prioritizing things that keep you stuck. Start showing up for your body and your mind will follow. You don't need a gym, you don't need an app, you don't need a perfect plan. You need to start with what you have, where you are today. So get up, move with intention, walk with purpose, breathe like your energy depends on it, because it does. And remember, every time you choose movement over stagnation, you are telling your future self, I've got your back. That's power, that's progress, that's how you rise. Stop feeding the wrong voice. There are two voices in your head. One lifts, one limits, one pushes you forward, one keeps you small, and every single day you choose which one gets the mic. You know the one that's been winning lately, the voice that whispers, you're too tired, it's too late, you'll fail again. That voice is loud because you've been feeding it, with doubt, with delay, with every excuse disguised as a reason. But here's the truth, you don't have to listen. That voice, it's not the truth, it's just a script. One that's been playing on repeat every time you hesitate, every time you shrink, every time you let fear write your story. It's time to interrupt that script. You want to change your life? Then change your language. Change your internal dialogue. Stop saying, I can't, and start saying, I'm training for it. Stop saying, I'm tired, and start saying, I'm in the process of getting stronger. Every time you speak defeat over your life, you plant seeds of limitation. But when you speak power, even when it feels fake at first, you grow capacity, you grow belief. Say it with me. I don't negotiate with weakness. I keep promises to myself. I do what needs to be done, no matter how I feel, because feelings lie, but action tells the truth. Stop outsourcing your potential to moods. Stop making decisions based on temporary emotion. Instead, act from identity, from who you're becoming, from who you were born to be. That negative voice, starve it, drown it with proof. Every task you complete is a counterpunch. Every early wake-up, every rep, every focused hour, it chips away at the lie. And the voice that lifts, feed it, fuel it, give it volume, let it grow louder with every step you take, let it become the dominant frequency in your mind. You are not weak, You are not fragile, you are just unfinished, and every day you train, physically, mentally, emotionally, you become a little more unbreakable, so stop feeding the voice of defeat. Start feeding the voice of power. That voice is yours, let it lead. Your future is earned in the dark. Here's a reality most people never want to face. The breakthrough doesn't happen when the spotlight's on you, it happens in the dark. When no one is watching, when no one is clapping, when you're tired, unseen, uncelebrated, and you keep going anyway. Success doesn't happen during highlight reels. It's earned in the lonely reps, in the silent mornings, in the quiet decisions that stack when no one else cares. But you do. It's earned when you wake up early and train even though no one's keeping score. It's earned when you show up to your goals after a long day, when your brain says you deserve a break and you say, no, I've got work to do. That's the work that builds a life. That's where your edge is carved. Everybody wants the outcome. Few are willing to endure the unseen hours it takes. But that's where champions are made, in the dark. So if it feels like no one sees you, good. If it feels like your effort is invisible, perfect. That means you're in the right place. Because the ones who build unstoppable confidence are the ones who show up without applause, without praise, without permission. They move with purpose, not performance. They grind in silence and let their future speak. You're not building motivation, you're building identity. You're not chasing hype, you're chasing alignment. This isn't about hype sessions or temporary highs. This is about becoming the kind of person who does what's required, regardless of how loud the room is, how good the mood is, or how comfortable the path is. So lean into the dark, let it sharpen you, let it humble you, let it harden your discipline until it becomes untouchable. Your future isn't waiting at the end of a perfect plan. It's being built right now, rep by rep, step by step, decision by decision. And every time you do the work in silence, you're casting votes for the person you were born to be. Don't stop, don't wait, don't doubt. Your future is watching. Earn it. Consistency is the new confidence. Forget talent, forget luck, forget waiting for the right time. If you want to win in your mindset, in your energy, in your life, you must understand one truth. Consistency is confidence. Not motivational quotes, not vision boards, not talking big when the mood hits. Real confidence comes from doing the work when it's boring, when it's hard, when it's thankless. It comes from keeping promises to yourself over and over and over again. You want to feel powerful? Then become predictable to your future self. Be the kind of person who shows up whether it's raining, whether it's late, whether it hurts. Be the kind of person who doesn't need to hype themselves up. Because showing up isn't a debate anymore, it's just what you do. You train, you write, you focus, you build, not when you feel like it, but because it's who you are. And here's the best part, every time you repeat, you reduce resistance. The task gets lighter, the mind gets sharper, your identity starts to shift from "I hope I can" to "this is what I do." Consistency doesn't mean intensity every single day. It means no 0 days. It means progress in some form, even a small step every damn day. Can't run today? Walk. Can't write 1,000 words? Write 100. Can't crush a full workout? Do 5 push-ups. What matters is that you don't break the chain. You don't abandon the process. You show up and you keep showing up. Because that's how momentum is built. That's how belief is forged. You don't need to be loud about your grind. Just be unshakably consistent. Confidence will follow. Not because you convinced yourself with affirmations, but because your actions built a resume of proof. Proof that you're not a quitter. Proof that you follow through. Proof that you can trust yourself. And trust, that's what confidence really is. So make a decision. No more extremes, no more all-or-nothing cycles, no more starting and stopping, just relentless consistency. One disciplined day at a time, one focused action at a time, one brick laid with intention every single day. That's how real confidence is built. That's how your energy returns. That's how your goals stop being dreams and become results. Show up again today and tomorrow and the next. Because the world doesn't need another person full of potential. It needs more people who finish what they start. Own your standards, or be owned by excuses. Look around. Your life right now is a reflection of your standards, not your potential. Where you live, how you think, how you feel, how you show up. It all comes down to what you've been willing to accept, not what you dream of, not what you post about, not what you hope will happen one day. Your standards are the line you refuse to cross. So ask yourself, are you holding yourself to the same level you expect from others? Do your habits reflect your ambition or just your comfort zone? Because here's the reality. If you don't set high standards, the world will hand you low ones. And if you don't raise them yourself, no one's going to raise them for you. You either own your day or your day owns you. You either own your thoughts or they run wild and run you down. You either own your time or you waste it, wishing for more of it later. Excuses are seductive. They feel soft, they feel safe, but every excuse you lean on today becomes a regret you carry tomorrow. Not enough time? Look at your screen time. Too tired? Look at your sleep, your diet, your movement. Too overwhelmed? Look at your lack of planning and priority. Harsh? Maybe, but necessary. Because once you raise your standards, you eliminate the need for constant motivation. You stop asking, should I? And start acting from identity. This is what I do. This is the real breakthrough, when you stop being interested in progress and start being committed to it. When you don't just want better, you demand better from yourself daily. Set standards for how you think, for how you speak to yourself, for how you handle discomfort. Set a standard for how you show up when no one is watching. Don't settle for just getting by. Don't coast on potential. That's what average does. You're not average. You wouldn't be reading this if you were. So decide. No more half effort. No more good enough. No more playing small to fit into low-standard environments. Raise the bar and rise to meet it. Then raise it again. Because the life you want isn't sitting behind a wall of luck. It's sitting behind a wall of discipline, behind reps, behind sacrifices, behind thousands of quiet choices you make when it's uncomfortable, unglamorous, and unseen. And it all starts when you look yourself in the mirror and say, I will no longer accept less than what I'm capable of. That moment changes everything. Let this be that moment. Master the boring. That's where the winners are made. Here's the truth that nobody wants to accept. Success is boring. It's not fireworks, it's not constant breakthroughs, it's not a montage of hype tracks and dramatic progress. It's repetition, it's systems, it's showing up when the novelty has worn off and no one's clapping anymore. You want greatness, then fall in love with the monotony. Master the boring, because that's where the real transformation lives. In the unsexy, unseen, uncelebrated actions, in the early alarms, the repeated workouts, the daily writing, the focused hours, the same healthy meals, the checklists, the calendar blocks, the silence. Boredom is a gate. Most people hit it and they quit. Winners hit it and they keep going. That's the difference. That's where you booze mental energy. They understand that boredom isn't a sign that something's wrong. It's a sign that you're on the edge of something real, something permanent, something that most people will never stick around long enough to achieve. You think the best athletes are motivated every morning. You think elite creators feel inspired every day. No, they've just trained their identity to rise above emotion. They've chosen consistency over chaos, structure over stimulation, purpose over novelty. And if you want that level of impact, mentally, physically, professionally, you have to do the same. Don't chase dopamine, chase discipline. Your brain will beg for variety. Your emotions will look for excitement. But your legacy is being built in the days you grind without applause, without newness, without adrenaline. And here's the secret. Once you stop needing things to be fun, you become dangerous. Because fun fades. But systems scale, systems win. So whatever you're working on, your body, your craft, your goals, double down on the process. Track your progress, refine your approach, obsess over execution. And when it gets repetitive, good. That's where the real work begins. Let the average chase shortcuts and stimulation. You're building something unshakable. Master the boring and you'll do what others won't, so you can live how others can't. That's how you separate yourself. That's how you outlast everyone. That's how you win. Your environment is either fuel or friction. You can have the strongest mindset in the world, but if your environment is pulling you down, eventually it wins. Your surroundings matter. The people you spend time with, the content you consume, the spaces you live and work in, they either reinforce your discipline or they destroy it. So look around. Is your environment built for your evolution or your excuses? Do the people in your circle push you forward or pull you back? Does your space encourage focus or feed distraction? This isn't about perfection, it's about alignment. If your goals are big, your environment has to match them, period. You can't build elite focus in chaos. You can't maintain clarity surrounded by negativity, and you sure as hell can't elevate your energy if you're living in digital noise and toxic patterns. So clean it up. Clean your room, clean your desktop, clean your phone, clean your social feed, cut out what drags your energy down, eliminate what doesn't serve your next level, make space, physically and mentally, for what matters. And when it comes to people, audit your circle. You don't need cheerleaders, you need challengers. People who hold you accountable, people who tell you the truth, people who won't tolerate your excuses because they see your potential. If your circle doesn't call you higher, it's not a circle, it's a cage. And if you don't have that yet, create it. Be your own high standard until others rise to meet you. Build solitude until you attract strength. Outgrow the environments that no longer match your mission. Because the moment you take full responsibility for what surrounds you, you reclaim your power. And understand this, you don't need a perfect setup to make progress. You just need to remove the friction and raise the standards. Get ruthless. Get intentional. Stop tolerating things that drain your drive and dull your edge. Want momentum? Build a world that supports it. Want consistency? Live somewhere that rewards it. That's how you overcome low motivation. Want to think like a champion? Then live like one. In how you move, what you consume, who you talk to, and what you allow near your goals. Your environment is always working, either for you or against you. Make it fuel, not friction. No one's coming. Build it. Anyway, here's the wake-up call you've been avoiding. No one is coming to save you. Not your boss, not your coach, not your parents, not your partner. No mentor, no friend, no guru is going to do the work for you. You are responsible for your energy, your discipline, your progress. You want the life you keep dreaming about? Then build it, piece by piece, no matter who shows up or who doesn't. Because most people won't understand your fire. They won't see the hours you put in. They won't believe in the vision until it's undeniable, and even then, some still won't. So stop waiting for permission. Stop hoping for applause. Stop expecting validation. You don't need it. You never did. Your mission is bigger than someone else's opinion. Your goals don't need to be explained. They need to be executed. If they doubt you, good. Build it anyway. If they disappear, good. Build it anyway. If nobody claps, reposts, likes, or supports, build it anyway. Because this journey is not about proving people wrong. It's about proving yourself right. And if you keep showing up, stacking days, doing the work without shortcuts, without noise, without excuses, the result becomes inevitable. But that won't happen if you keep outsourcing your drive. You'll always be weak if your energy is dependent on being seen. You'll always be inconsistent if you wait to be ready. You don't need better conditions, you need better commitment. You need to wake up and move with urgency, like your dreams are your responsibility. Because they are, you need to attack the day, like no one is coming to fix it for you, because they're not. This is your life, this is your shot, and it's on you. So build it. Even when it's lonely, build it. Even when it's slow, build it. Even when it hurts, and eventually you won't need to announce it. Your results will speak louder than your voice ever could. No one's coming. You're it. Finish what you start, or stay average forever. Starting is easy. Anyone can get excited. Anyone can set goals. Anyone can buy the journal, sign up for the program, or talk a big game when the vibe is high. But starting means nothing if you don't finish. The world is full of starters, half-built plans, abandoned goals, people who almost made it. You know what's rare? Finishers. The ones who grind it out long after the thrill is gone. The ones who keep showing up when it's boring, when it's thankless, when it's hard. The ones who say, "I said I would, so I will, no matter what." Because that's what real power is, not flashy effort, not loud motivation. Follow through, relentless, quiet follow through. You want to stand out, you want to rise above the noise. Then become the person who finishes. Finish the workout, finish the book, finish the week strong, finish the project even when no one is checking. Finish what you told your past self you'd do, because your future self is counting on you. It's not about being the fastest, it's about refusing to quit. It's not about being the most talented, it's about being unshakable in your intent. And don't misunderstand, finishing doesn't mean perfect. It means complete. It means you saw it through. You respected the process enough to carry it across the line. Every time you stop early, you train yourself to break trust with your own word. But every time you finish, even when it's small, even when it's rough, you build internal strength. You reinforce the identity of someone who follows through. That builds self-respect, that builds momentum, that builds legacy. So from this day forward, finish what you start. No more half-built dreams, no more 80% efforts, no more almost, because average starts. But greatness finishes, and you weren't built to be average, you were built to finish, so finish. Every damn time. Relentless self-improvement, your non-negotiable mission. If you're not growing, you're decaying, period. There's no neutral, no pause on progress. You're either moving forward or slowly falling behind, mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually. And the only way to stay in the game, to stay sharp, strong, and energized, is to commit to relentless self-improvement. Not when it's convenient, not when life is easy, not when motivation shows up. Always make this your standard. You get better every day, or you don't sleep right. Read the book. Reflect on your mistakes. Improve the reps. Sharpen the skills. Upgrade the inputs. Audit your attitude. Seek feedback, not flattery. Be humble enough to know you're not done. Be bold enough to believe your next level is possible, but not free. You've got to earn it. And here's the catch. Growth hurts. It will stretch your limits. It will expose your flaws. It will demand new levels of discipline, patience, and courage. But that's the point. Growth isn't supposed to be easy. It's supposed to forge you. Pressure isn't punishment, it's the process. Welcome it. You're not here to stay the same. You're not here to live on autopilot, repeating the same year over and over, calling it a life. You're here to evolve. You're here to rise. You're here to leave no potential untapped by the time you leave this earth. So stop fearing the work. Stop avoiding the stretch. Lean into it. Let every day be a training ground. Let every challenge be a classroom. Let every failure be fuel. And don't compare yourself to others. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday. Are you better? Are you sharper? Are you more disciplined? If not, fix it today. Because your future, it doesn't care how busy you were. It doesn't care how hard things were. It only remembers what you built and who you became while building it. You owe it to yourself to improve. Not because you're not enough, but because you barely scratched the surface of what you're capable of. Self-improvement is your non-negotiable mission. No off days, no comfort zones, no excuses. Get obsessed with your own growth and watch your life rise to meet the level of your standards. Leave no potential on the table. You were born with fire in your gut, with talents, instincts, dreams, ideas, strength, potential that most people never fully tap. Not because they don't have it, but because they bury it under comfort, distraction, fear, and compromise. Don't let that be you. Don't live your whole life almost reaching your edge. Don't die with your best work still inside you. Don't settle when you were built to set new standards. Let this be the line in the sand. You will not leave this life full of regrets. You will not coast through your years just surviving. You will not let potential go unused just because it was hard to access. You'll push, you'll stretch, you'll go to war with your limits daily, not out of self-hate, but out of self-respect. You were born to build, born to evolve, born to rise. And no, it won't be easy. You'll face setbacks, you'll doubt yourself, you'll have days where you feel like it's all falling apart. That's part of the process. But what's worse than pain is wasted greatness. What's worse than failure is a life unlived. So keep going, even when it's slow, even when no one gets it, even when it feels like you're alone in the fight. Because the truth is, every great one builds in the shadows before the spotlight ever arrives. You don't need to change the world overnight. You just need to refuse to stay the same. You just need to wake up and say, I will go one more round, one more rep, one more focused hour, one more challenge faced head-on. That's how you tap into the potential that lives inside you, not all at once, but through consistent intensity. So write the book, launch the brand, build the body, master the skill, forgive yourself, break the habit, say the hard thing, level up your discipline, own your story. Whatever has been sitting on your heart, do it now, not later. Later is how dreams die. This life, it's not a dress rehearsal. You get one shot, and you're in the middle of it. So leave nothing behind, hold nothing back, burn through every ounce of potential you've got. And when the final chapter closes, you won't wonder, what if? Because you'll know you gave it everything. The discipline decision. Choose the hard that builds you. Life is hard. That's non-negotiable. But here's what is, which hard you choose. You can choose the hard of procrastination, the anxiety, the self-loathing, the missed opportunities. Or you can choose the hard of discipline, the early mornings, the tough choices, the relentless consistency. Either way, it's going to hurt, but only one of them builds you. So ask yourself, do you want pain with progress or pain with regret? Make no mistake, discipline isn't something you're born with. It's something you decide on every single day. Discipline doesn't wait for motivation. Discipline shows up when you don't feel like it. You don't need to feel ready, you need to act regardless. Discipline is putting your phone down when your brain screams for dopamine. It's showing up to your goals after a rough day. It's choosing the workout over the excuse, the journal over the scroll, the hard truth over the easy lie. And the more you choose it, the stronger you get. Discipline rewires your identity. It silences self-doubt. It's the foundation for self-respect. You don't earn confidence from compliments. You earn it from keeping your promises to yourself. So today, don't negotiate. Don't argue with your inner resistance. Don't ask if you feel like it. Just do it. Do it tired. Do it unsure. Do it with fear in your throat. Do it with nobody watching, no applause, no rewards. That's where the power compounds. Because once you get a taste of what discipline gives you, energy, clarity, momentum, mastery, you'll never want to go back. You'll realize discipline wasn't the enemy. It was the doorway to a version of you you haven't even met yet. A version with power in their posture. A version that builds instead of breaks. So burn this in your mind. Easy won't save you. Comfort won't reward you. Excuses won't evolve you. Only discipline will. And the more often you choose it, the more your life transforms from I wish to I did. So get up, lock in, choose the hard that builds you. Own the day before it owns you. Stop waking up like the day owes you something. It doesn't. The world doesn't pause for your dreams. It won't slow down so you can catch up. You want to win, then own the day. Don't coast through it. Don't drift. Don't hope you find time. Make time. Take it. Command it. Because if you don't grab the reins in the first hour, the world will pull you in 50 different directions. Notifications, distractions, other people's priorities. You'll spend your life reacting instead of building. Start with a decision, this day is mine. And then prove it. Not with intentions, but with action. Wake up with purpose. No more checking your phone before your feet hit the ground. No more scrolling away the morning. No more snoozing on your own potential. Instead, get quiet, breathe, journal. Visualize what needs to get done and why it matters. Attack your most important task before the world even knows you're awake. That's how momentum is built. That's how clarity sharpens. That's how energy multiplies. You don't need a 50-step morning routine. You need ownership. Own your habits. Own your inputs. Own the tone you set for the rest of the day, because every day is a vote for the person you're becoming. Are you voting for growth, for discipline, for greatness, or are you handing the pen to autopilot, to comfort, to distraction? This is your shot. You don't get a redo on today. You either lead it or it leads you. You either win the morning or you spend the rest of the day catching up. So build a rhythm. Create a non-negotiable system that sets your mind on fire. One that says, I'm here to lead, not to linger. One strong morning can flip your mindset. One focused hour can make the whole day feel winnable. And one consistent decision, made again and again, can change your life. So don't wait for perfect conditions. Don't look for motivation. Create momentum. You want to change your life. Start by mastering your morning, not someday, today. Own it, and everything else starts to shift. Energy is earned, not given. Stop saying you're tired like it's your identity. You're not tired. You're disconnected. Disconnected from purpose. Disconnected from movement. Disconnected from what fuels you. Energy isn't a mystery. It's not luck. It's not for the few. Energy is earned. You earn it through the food you eat, the words you speak to yourself, the promises you keep, the environment you create, the people you allow into your space. You earn it when you move your body. You earn it when you stop complaining and start creating. You earn it when you stop negotiating with weakness and start choosing strength, even in the smallest actions. Don't confuse stimulation with energy. Caffeine isn't energy. Dopamine hits from social media aren't energy. They're temporary. They're traps. Real energy comes from alignment, from habits, from the daily grind that sharpens your focus and expands your capacity. Want more energy? Then stop wasting it. Stop pouring it into distractions. Stop leaking it through endless overthinking. Stop spending it trying to be liked, trying to be perfect, trying to be everything to everyone. Protect your power. Be ruthless about your inputs. What you consume, you become. If your environment drains you, change it. If your habits weaken you, upgrade them. If your excuses comfort you, destroy them. Start fueling your body like it's your mission, because it is. Sleep like your growth depends on it, because it does. Move daily, not for aesthetics, but for stamina, clarity, and self-respect. Say no when your energy says no. Protect your mornings, guard your evenings, own your routines, and most importantly, move with meaning. Energy multiplies when you're in motion with purpose, when your actions align with who you want to become, when you stop playing small and start building a life you respect. Every decision is a deposit or a withdrawal. Choose wisely. You're not powerless. You're not just tired. You're capable of more, but it starts with you acting like it. Don't wait to feel energized. Act in alignment, and energy will follow. Every rep, every choice, every day, your fuel is in your hands. Earn it, feed it, protect it, then go light up the damn room. Make discipline your default. If you're still waiting for motivation to strike, you've already lost. Motivation is fleeting. It's unreliable. It disappears when things get uncomfortable, and that's exactly when you need to push harder. Stop depending on how you feel. Start depending on what you decided. Discipline isn't punishment, it's freedom. Because when you're disciplined, you don't waste energy debating with yourself. You don't delay. You don't rationalize. You act. You show up, whether it's convenient or not, whether you're inspired or not, whether anyone claps for you or not. Discipline is showing up when no one is watching. It's choosing structure over chaos. It's keeping the promise you made to yourself long after the mood in which you made it is gone. Let others chase motivation. You build systems, you build standards, you build consistency. You train your mind the way a warrior trains their body, not for comfort, but for combat. Because life isn't soft. Goals aren't handed out. Your dreams are on the other side of repetition, not excitement. Make discipline your baseline. Let it be your identity. Wake up with it, eat with it, rest with it, live by it. It doesn't matter how you feel today. What matters is who you're becoming through what you do every day. And if you fall off, get back up faster. You missed a day, Own it, fix it, move on, forgive yourself, but don't coddle yourself. Hold yourself to a higher standard, even when no one else will. Let others talk about what they'll do. You build the life they wish they had, with boring, powerful, unshakable discipline. Discipline is how you rise when motivation is gone. It's how you win the battles no one sees. It's how you make progress when the world gives you every excuse to quit. So stop searching for shortcuts. Build the habit. Respect the process. Trust the grind. You don't need hype. You need a code, and you need to live by it. Because when you lead with discipline, success becomes inevitable. Not overnight, not easily, but absolutely, relentlessly, undeniably yours. Momentum is built, not found. You don't find momentum. You create it. You don't wait for things to click. You make them click through effort, repetition, and refusal to back down. Momentum starts with one action, one focused hour, one walk, one clean meal, one finished task, one bold decision when it would have been easier to stay stuck. You want your life to change? Then stop planning and start doing. Progress is a byproduct of motion, not intention. Thinking won't save you. Wishing won't build anything. Only action stacks wins. You build momentum by showing up. Again and again and again, even when you feel slow, even when the results are invisible, even when the voice in your head tells you it's pointless, because that's exactly when most people quit. But not you. You keep going, you stack the reps, you take pride in your pace, even if it's not fast, because forward is forward, and every step compounds. Momentum rewards the initiators, the ones who stop waiting to feel ready and start showing life they're ready now. Get out of your head, into your body, into your schedule, into your systems. Build days that move the needle, no matter how small the shift may seem. Write one more sentence, send one more email, do one more set, choose the water over the soda, sleep early instead of scrolling. That's how it starts. That's how it grows. That's how you reclaim power. Momentum is earned with discipline, consistency, and courage. Not hype, not perfect days, not external validation. You build it when no one's cheering. You build it in the silence, in the mess, in the ordinary. Then one day you look back and realize you moved mountains. So stop waiting. Start stacking. One choice, one habit, one push at a time. Keep your head down and your standards high, because once momentum is yours, it's hard to stop, and so are you. No more excuses. Own everything. If you're still blaming, you're still stuck. Blaming circumstances, blaming people, blaming timing, it's a trap, and it's costing you your future. You don't rise by pointing fingers. You rise by pointing inward. Everything in your life, every habit, every reaction, every outcome is your responsibility. Own that, fully, brutally, without escape hatches or sugarcoating. The world doesn't owe you clarity, motivation, or opportunity. You owe yourself action. You owe yourself ownership. When you say, "I'm too busy," you're saying it's not a priority. When you say, "I'm tired," you're avoiding alignment. When you say, "I don't know how," you're choosing to stay ignorant instead of getting resourceful. Excuses feel safe, but they kill growth. They protect your ego and sabotage your progress. Because every time you defend your limitations, you reinforce them. Enough. You don't need more time, you need more commitment. You don't need better luck, you need better standards. You don't need someone to come fix it for you. You need to fix your mindset, your inputs, and your execution. Yes, it's hard. Yes, it's unfair. Yes, you might have started behind. But guess what? That's your power. Because when you rise in spite of that, you're unstoppable. Own your schedule, own your distractions, own your reactions, own your energy, own your story. Because when you own everything, no one can control you. You stop being a victim, you start being the architect, you stop waiting for ideal conditions, you start creating your own. No more hiding behind circumstances, no more delays wrapped in logical excuses, no more hoping someone else will understand your vision better than you do. This is your life, these are your dreams, this is your mission. No one's coming to rescue you, and that's not a tragedy, that's a gift. Because when you own it all, you can change it all. So raise the bar, stop talking, start executing, and don't just take control, take command. Repetition rewires you. Change doesn't happen once, it happens daily, in the repetition, in the rewiring. You don't become disciplined by doing it once, you become disciplined by doing it every single day, especially when you don't feel like it. Repetition is the mother of all mastery. You want mental energy? Repeat the habits that give you power. You want clarity? Repeat the routines that clear your mind. You want strength? Repeat the actions that build resilience. Stop chasing variety. Stop chasing hype. Start chasing consistency. You don't need a new plan. You need to follow through with the one you keep abandoning. You don't need another productivity hack. You need to stop breaking the promises you make to yourself. Read the same pages. Eat the same meals. Train the same time, sleep the same hours, block the same distractions, wake up with the same purpose. Boring? No, that's alignment, that's structure, that's what separates winners from wishers. Because repetition is what turns goals into identity. When you repeat a thought, it becomes a belief. When you repeat a choice, it becomes a habit. When you repeat a habit, it becomes who you are. Repetition removes resistance. It makes hard things normal. It makes excuses irrelevant. It makes momentum automatic. You stop negotiating. You stop questioning. You just do, because that's what you do now. This is your edge. Not perfection, not talent, not genius, just ruthless repetition, focused, intentional, unbreakable. So get up, repeat what works, repeat until it's easy, repeat until it's automatic, repeat until people think it's magic. It's not magic, it's work, done again and again and again. That's how you win. Energy is earned, not found. Stop waiting to feel energized. Stop hoping it'll just show up when you need it. Energy isn't something you stumble upon, it's something you create, protect, and earn. Mental energy, physical energy, emotional energy, all of it is built by design. And if your daily design is chaos, clutter, and comfort, don't be surprised when you feel drained. Energy follows focus. Energy follows intention. Energy follows action. What are you feeding your mind? What are you doing with your body? What do your mornings look like? Your nights? Because every decision either fuels you or bleeds you. Too much scrolling, you're draining your attention. Too much sugar, you're crashing your system. Too much overthinking, you're suffocating your clarity. Too much comfort, you're numbing your drive. High performers don't wait for energy. They engineer it. They stack habits that serve their biology. They train their bodies to support their minds. They choose discipline over indulgence. And they protect their time like their life depends on it, because it does. You want more mental energy? Then simplify your life. Declutter your environment. Cut the noise, cut the junk, cut the excuses. You want to wake up charged? Then stop staying up sabotaged. You want to stay sharp? Then stop feeding your mind garbage. You want stamina? Then build routines that give it to you, relentlessly. It's not random, it's not luck. It's not about some naturally energetic people. It's about showing up to your life like it matters and acting like your energy is sacred. Because it is, you don't just need energy to perform, you need it to believe. You need it to endure. You need it to lead your life when no one's coming to push you. So start treating your energy like your greatest asset. Guard it, build it, move for it, sleep for it, eat for it. And when in doubt, simplify, move, breathe, act. Energy isn't found in motivation, it's forged in momentum. So go, build the habits that earn your fire and boost mental energy, and protect that fire like everything depends on it, because it does. There are no idle days. Every day counts, every single one. There are no off days when you're building a life of strength. There are no idle moments when you're chasing greatness. Not because you're supposed to be working 24/7, but because you're never truly off duty when it comes to who you're becoming. Even rest has a purpose, even leisure has direction. But mindless distraction, endless scrolling, wasted hours, that's how dreams dissolve, one lazy decision at a time. You think skipping one day doesn't matter. You think just this once won't hurt. But those are the seeds of decline, small compromises, quiet neglect. Repeated long enough, they rot your momentum from the inside out. Discipline is a daily contract, not a weekend idea. It's not about pushing to exhaustion. It's about showing up on purpose every day, even in recovery. You don't get to turn off your values. You don't get to pause your habits. You don't get to take a vacation from who you said you were becoming. Rest, yes. Recharge, yes. But make it intentional. Rest so you can go harder tomorrow, not because you're hiding from today. Take pride in the boring days. Own the quiet reps. Celebrate the unsexy choices, because that's where champions are made, not in the spotlight, but in the shadows of repetition. You're either sharpening or slipping. You're either rising or rotting. You're either walking your path or waiting for someone to drag you forward. No one's coming to push you. You're not owed motivation. You're not entitled to results just because you want them. You earn progress by respecting each day like it matters, because it does. So don't wait for inspiration. Don't wait for a perfect schedule. Don't wait for the mood to strike. Wake up, lock in, move forward. Today matters. Even this moment matters. You're either building the person you promised or breaking that promise one excuse at a time. Choose better, because there are no idle days on the path to becoming your strongest self. Discipline is the real self-love. Forget the soft version of self-love you've been sold. It's not just warm baths, feel-good mantras, and forgiving every slip-up. Real self-love, it's telling yourself the hard truths and acting on them. It's looking in the mirror and saying, I deserve better, and I'm the only one who can give it to me. Discipline is not punishment. It's respect, it's structure, it's a declaration that your future matters more than your temporary mood. You don't rise by doing what feels good. You rise by doing what's necessary, even when it sucks. It's waking up when the alarm goes off, because you promised yourself consistency. It's saying no to distractions, because your goals are louder than your cravings. It's skipping shortcuts and building strength, because you're here for transformation, not just validation. Love isn't letting yourself off the hook. Love is holding the line when it would be easier to fold. Love is teaching yourself that you are worth the effort. And here's the truth: the world will not hand you the life you want. You will have to claim it, one disciplined action at a time. You want confidence? Then keep the promises you make to yourself. Confidence is not born from compliments. It's born from consistency. You want pride? Then stop abandoning your standards when it gets hard. You want peace? Then stop letting chaos run your day. Discipline isn't the enemy of freedom, it's the path to it. Because when you master yourself, you're not controlled by impulses, you're not driven by moods, you're not a victim of your environment. You become unshakable, because you know exactly who you are, and you live like it. So stop waiting to feel ready. Stop coddling your weaknesses. Stop pretending that ease is the goal. You were made to do hard things and rise because of them. Choose discipline, because that is how you love yourself at the highest level. With action, with structure, with relentless commitment to who you could be. And when you choose discipline, every day you become undeniable. Your future is built in silence. You don't need to announce your goals. You don't need to explain your moves. You don't need permission to level up. Just do the work in silence. No applause, no audience, no validation. Let your consistency speak when the results start showing, because greatness is built when nobody's watching. When the camera's off, when the phone is face down, when it's just you and the decision to go again. This is where most people quit, in the quiet. When it's not exciting, when it's not flashy, when it's just grind, repetition, and uncomfortable growth. But this is the proving ground. This is where real confidence is forged, not from praise, but from discipline that doesn't depend on noise. Every day you show up in silence. Every day you stay locked in without needing to be seen. You're building something the world won't understand until it's too late to ignore. Because when the results come, they'll ask how you did it. They'll ask what changed. They'll ask for your secret. But you'll know the truth. You just got tired of explaining and started executing. While they were posting, you were planning. While they were talking, you were training. While they were waiting, you were working. Silence isn't weakness. It's power under control. So stop looking for external permission to go all in. You don't need a round of applause to become your strongest self. Let your focus get louder than your voice. Let your habits get louder than your hype. Let your outcomes do all the talking. This season, it's for building quietly, ruthlessly, relentlessly. Your future is being built in the moments no one else can see. So lock in, stay low, move smart, and when it's time, let them see what silence can produce.